Is it just me, or have you been seeing diets being pushed all over social media? Have you ever wondered what the fuss is all about, or does this or that one actually work? Do you ever get confused by all the terminology and science that gets thrown into the conversation? Stick around as we explore one of the most talked about diet styles that are doing the rounds, the ketogenic diet. We will look into what are ketones, how the diet is structured, and its potential pros and cons. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Jaxom Talks channel. So today, we're diving into a topic that's been gaining a lot of buzz in the health and wellness world, the ketogenic diet. You've probably heard of it, maybe seen some impressive before and after photos, or even have friends who swear by it. But what exactly is the keto diet? What effects does it actually have on your body? That's what we're going to break down today. So what is the ketogenic diet? So let's start with the basics. At its core, the ketogenic diet is a very low-carb, moderate protein, and high-fat eating plan. It's designed to shift your body's metabolism from using glucose, the sugar from carbs, as its primary fuel source to using ketones, which are produced from fat. This metabolic state is called ketosis. Now, you might be thinking, high fat? Isn't fat bad for me? And that's a common misconception, thanks to decades of dietary advice based on biased research that demonized all fat as bad. But on a well-formulated ketogenic diet, the types of fats you consume are key, and we'll get into that detail in a little bit. So, what do these ratios typically look like? While it can vary, a classic ketogenic diet usually aims for something like the following: 5 to 10% of calories from carbohydrates. This is super low, typically less than 20 to 50 grams of net carbs per day. To put that in perspective, a single banana can have around 27 grams of carbs. 20 to 25% of calories from protein, enough to maintain muscle mass. This can vary depending on training needs and should not kick you out of ketosis. 65 to 75% of calories from fat. This is where the majority of your energy comes from. The science of ketosis. How does it work? Let's get a little sciencey for a moment, but I promise to keep it digestible. When you drastically reduce your carbohydrate intake, your body depletes its glycogen stores. Glycogen is a simple way your body stores glucose. It's your body's readily available energy source. Once those stores are low, your body has to find an alternative fuel. That's when your liver steps in. It starts converting fat, both from the food you have eaten and your body's own fat stores, into molecules called ketones. These ketones then become your body's new primary energy source, including for your brain, which is a big deal. Normally, your brain runs almost exclusively on glucose, but in ketosis, it adapts beautifully to using ketones. Now, it's important to understand that achieving ketosis isn't always a smooth ride. Many people experience what's known as the keto flu that can last for the first few days or even a week. This can include symptoms like headaches, fatigue, irritability, nausea, and difficulty when concentrating. It's essentially your body protesting the sudden lack of its preferred fuel source, the carbs, and then adapting to burning fat. Don't worry, it usually passes, especially if you focus on suitable amounts of electrolyte intake. The effects of the ketogenic diet. Alright, let's talk about the effects of the ketogenic diet, and arguably the most popular reason people try it: weight loss. Many people experience significant weight loss on keto, especially in the initial stages. Why? Well, there are a few reasons. Reduced appetite. Ketosis often leads to a significant reduction in appetite. Fats and proteins are more satiating than carbohydrates, meaning you feel fuller for longer. This naturally leads to eating fewer calories without feeling deprived. Water weight loss. In the very beginning, a lot of the rapid weight loss is water weight. When your body depletes its glycose stores, it also sheds the water that's bound to that glycogen. For every gram of glycogen, about 3 to 4 grams of water are stored, so when glycogen goes, so does the water. Increased fat burning. By design, the keto diet forces your body to become a fat-burning machine. You're constantly burning fat for fuel, which can tap into your body's stored fat reserves. Now, it's crucial to remember that weight loss is complex, and while keto can be very effective, it's not a magic bullet. Sustainability and adherence are key for any eating lifestyle. blood sugar control and diabetes. Beyond weight loss, one of the most well-researched and promising effects of the ketogenic diet is its impact on control of blood sugar, particularly for individuals with type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes. Since you're drastically reducing carbohydrate intake, you're also dramatically reducing the amount of glucose entering your bloodstream. This leads to lowered blood sugar levels. Without the constant influx of carbs, blood sugar levels tend to stabilize and often decrease significantly. Improved insulin sensitivity. Many studies have shown that a ketogenic diet can improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body's cells respond more effectively to insulin. This is a huge benefit for managing or even reversing type 2 diabetes, which is characterized by insulin resistance. Reduced need for medication. Under medical supervision, some individuals with type 2 diabetes on a ketogenic diet have been able to reduce or even eliminate their need for certain diabetic medications. This is powerful stuff, but it obviously will require professional guidance. Again, if you have diabetes, please consult with your doctor before making any significant dietary changes. Brain health and neurological conditions. Let's move on to another fascinating area: brain health and neurological conditions. The ketogenic diet actually originated in the 1920s as a treatment for epilepsy in children, and it's still used for that purpose today, often when medications aren't effective. The mechanism isn't fully understood, but it's thought that ketones provide a more efficient and stable fuel source for the brain, and they may also have neuroprotective effects. Beyond epilepsy, there's growing research into keto's potential benefits for other neurological conditions, including Alzheimer's disease. Some studies suggest ketones may offer an alternative fuel for brain cells that are struggling to use glucose. Parkinson's disease. Early research is exploring whether keto can help with symptoms and progression. Migraines. Anecdotal reports and some small studies suggest a reduction in both frequency and severity of migraines for some individuals on a ketogenic diet. While this research is exciting, it's still in its early stages for most of these conditions, and more large-scale human trials are needed. Cholesterol and heart health. Now, let's address a big one: cholesterol and heart health. This is often where people get concerned about a high-fat diet. The truth is, the effects on cholesterol can be quite varied and individualized. HDL. Many people see an increase in their HDL cholesterol, which is generally considered beneficial for heart health. Triglycerides. A significant reduction in triglycerides is a very common and positive effect of the ketogenic diet. High triglycerides are a known factor for heart disease. LDL. This is where it gets more complex. Some people see no change in LDL, some see a decrease, and some see an increase. It's not just the total LDL number that matters, but also the size and type of LDL particles. A keto diet often leads to a shift towards larger, less dense LDL particles, which are considered less atherogenic. The most important takeaway here is to work with your doctor and get regular lipid panels to monitor your individual response. So, after all this, the big question remains: is the ketogenic diet right for you? It can be a highly effective tool for weight loss, managing blood sugar, and potentially for certain neurological conditions. However, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a very restrictive diet, which can make it hard to stick with long-term for some people. It requires careful planning to ensure you're getting all the necessary nutrients, and it's not suitable for everyone, especially those with certain medical conditions. My final advice is this: before you jump into any major dietary change, especially one as significant as the ketogenic diet, consult with a healthcare professional or a registered dietitian. They can help you determine if it's safe for you and guide you in doing it correctly. That's it for today, everyone. I hope this dive into the ketogenic diet was helpful and provided you with a better understanding of what it is and what its effects are. If you found this useful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Jaxom Talks, and let me know in the comments below if you've tried the keto diet and what your experience was like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.